Hello, today we're looking at Kubuntu 7.10 Alpha 1. This Alpha 1 release of 7.10, which was yesterday, was a bit interesting for me because normally you get Ubuntu Mate as a release, X Ubuntu normally not yet, but this time it was just Ubuntu and Ubuntu Next with LXQT and LXDE. So they have two releases. And Kubuntu. And I thought for now, maybe next week I will make videos about Ubuntu and LXQT, Ubuntu Next. Oh, Ubuntu Kden Sillen also have a release. I should check it out sometime. Because this is the next release after their new UK UI release. So, but in general, this is all the releases that came out of the 17.10 first alpha release who actually opt in to this. And why I wanted to look at Kubuntu especially, if you go to system information, it is because it's running KDE Plasma 5.10, the latest, the greatest. It is quite good. Kernel 4.10. If you have a look at the system settings, it's familiar GNOME stuff. No KDE stuff. So I will not disturb you by looking at each one of these things, but it all works beautifully. I tried it out on my other video, my other channel, where I just use background music. And if you want to have a look at it, please look in the description of this video right here, and you will find it there and you can check it out. But here is just like a general run through, speak about the things which is new, which is not so new, and a bit in between. If you go here, if you're not familiar with 5.10 Plasma, one of the things they added here was you have often used, but often used in history is very similar for me. But if you put one in, one falls out. This is quite a bit weird. So I would rather take history out and add often used, maybe. You can do what you want to do about it, and of course also if you open up some terminals or whatever, you can also like group them together by clicking this and then unclicking this. They say you can double mouse, middle mouse click to ungroup them and group them. I don't have a middle mouse, I just have a notebook, and so I can do it, but you can do it like that also. As for 5.10, you can actually create folders and files in your desktop by default, and there's a lot of options. It's very, in the hamburger menu got some updates. As you can see, in general it's a very nice, smooth operating system. The only bug which I really found is when you switch with the alternatives, things doesn't go so good always. You can say, what? Like, this one is fine. Like here, text like the whole piece away, just make a little icon. But if you go, let's go to Windows list. From this one, it's nearly impossible to switch back. And sometimes you get other menu also back here. So if you click here, maybe it will work just fine. I had problems in the past. As you can see, it doesn't want to do it. But it gives you this menu. But it's quite interesting. It's not a bad menu. it just does it. And of course also in KDE Plasma 5.10 you can have widgets, and you think, dude, I had widgets all the time, and people either love it or hate it, but you can't live without it. But you can also make them smaller and things like that by just holding your mouse on it. Maybe at the top. Now it doesn't even move around. Fun when you want to show something and it doesn't want to work. That's not good. Let's try again. So there we just ran into another bug. It's an alpha release. So for me, bugs like this can be expected. Let's hold this one in. As you can see, we hold it in, and now you can go crazy with him as you want, and place it wherever you want. This one I can't do it with, I don't know why. It worked in the past with this specific widget also. But yes, so in general, I love it. I love Kubuntu 17.10. It got its bugs. It is the first release ever of Kubuntu with KDE Plasma 5.10, and it's great.